What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into my most favorite subreddit, r/ChoosingBeggars. I'm gonna start off with one of the most upvoted stories of all time in Choosing Beggars, and I'm going to also finish with one of the most upvoted Choosing Beggars stories of all time. So in between is going to be all the new ones. And of course, like you guys know, my videos are pretty long, so if you don't have time to watch it all now, save it to your watch later list. You can finish it later. If you want, you don't have to. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. Choosing Beggar Mom demands access to my swimming pool. Posted by user Myron22. I had this rather amazing run-in with Choosing Beggar last week, and boy, was it entertaining/infuriating. I'm renting out a one-story house with a private swimming pool with my wife. The house is part of a small neighborhood of 6 houses in total, 2 of which are slightly bigger than the others and have private pool each. These 2 are a fair bit more expensive for obvious reasons. Last week, someone knocks on the door and I go to open it. Outside is a woman smiling with 2 kids. Choosing Beggar. Hello, I'm Fuckface from next door. We thought we'd use the pool. Me, confused as hell and a bit stunned. Oh, you did you? I now also notice that they're all carrying towels and have swimming suits on. Me. I don't really like lending it out, I'm afraid, so I think I'll have to say no. Choosing Beggar. Oh, but the rent gives me access to the pool when I want, she said in a very smug way, as if she's calling me an idiot. Me. You're not paying rent for my house, and I know the owner doesn't include use of the pool in the contract. I know this because he's a close friend of my wife, and I happen to be the one who wrote the contract, as well as having translated the guy's ads for Facebook and such. Choosing Beggar. Well, it's in the lease, so you don't really have any choice, do you? At this point, I just asked my wife to call up the owner, and he confirms that he hasn't said anything about her being allowed to use the pool, and that the contract doesn't mention it. I tell her this, but since she has kids, I tell her that I'll allow her to come over to use the pool perhaps once a month, as long as she gives me 1 week's notice or so. This is not good enough for Fuckface, who demands immediate access to the pool as well as future use whenever she feels like it. This, of course, results in me withdrawing my kind offer, and her stomping away, screaming about me getting kicked out. Later, the owner shows up, having heard her screaming through the phone, and warns her sternly that she will be kicked out if she makes any more trouble. I don't think she'll be staying here for long. Edit. Silver. Really? My kids can't swim in silver, fuckface, but seriously, thanks a lot. Edit 2. God damn it, I thought I made myself clear. My kids that I totally have can't eat Reddit gold and silver, people. At least give me some exposure so I can put food on my damn table. Oh, just the edits are the best part of this story. Oh my god. I feel like I've heard this story before. I'm sure you guys have, since it's how old is this story? It's 9 months old. So yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard this story before, but I don't know if you heard anybody the uncensored version maybe, or with those edits. So hopefully there was something a little new there for you. It was pretty new for me, so it was good. And this one has 50,000 upvotes. Holy cow. How dare you not give my kid a present for a holiday that we don't even celebrate? Posted by user Shy Girl Turned Sassy. Here's yet another post about my sister-in-law's entitlement running wild. I do not like kids. I don't want any of my own, nor do I want to deal with other people's kids. Unless a child is well-behaved and respectful, I usually try avoid interacting with kids. My friend has 2 daughters, and my boyfriend's maternal cousin has a son and a daughter. All 4 kids are very well behaved, and I'm on excellent terms with my boyfriend's cousin and her husband. On the other hand, my stepbrother and I used to be close, but drifted apart as we grew up. Now he's married and has a 2-year-old son. His wife and I have strained relationship, and I've never really been interested in his son. I've only been around the kid 4 or 5 times since he was born, and from what I've seen, he's quite a handful. I've seen him scream and wail when he's asked to sit quietly, and I've seen my sister-in-law defend this behavior when other family members tried to correct him. As I can't stand bratty kids, I've gone out of my way to avoid him. Now, we live in India, and Halloween is not really a thing here, but some people do celebrate it. Their kids love to dress up and throw Halloween parties. When I found out about this, I sent all 4 kids some presents. Giant chocolate bars and toys. The kids were ecstatic, of course. I know for a fact that my stepbrother and sister-in-law do not celebrate Halloween, so I didn't bother to send anything for their son. Somehow, my brother's wife got wind of this. I had stopped taking her calls some time ago, so she sent me a novel-length text, essentially calling me out for not sending her son any presents, calling me heartless, and referenced all those times I had had my friends' kids over at my place, but had never invited them. Stepbro, sister-in-law, and their spawn over. She also bitched about my refusal to hold him when he was a baby, and of course, she threw in the old, "We're family, so we deserve better treatment than your friends." Then she complained to my dad and stepmom. I had expected my dad to understand why I didn't take any interest in my nephew, but he too berated me for neglecting him and never offering to babysit. I've never tried to harm the kid in any way. I've never said anything negative about him. I just don't want to deal with a toddler who's going through the so-called terrible twos. My stepbrother and his wife decided to have a kid. I never chose to be an aunt, and damn it, I shouldn't have to be one. Opie's got a point, man. I love being an aunt. I love my nieces and nephews, and it's awesome. It's great. But, it's some people like this, I'm kind of in that spectrum where I don't really like to be around kids all that much because I have issues with loud noises and continuous loud noises. It kind of gets under my skin pretty easily, and I don't blame it on kids. Kids are going to be kids. That's just part of them growing up, is experimenting and exploring and finding their voices and all that. So, I'm not mad at them whatsoever. It's just I know how I feel around them, so I try not to be around them. Luckily, the kids in my family are really well behaved, so I don't really have that problem. Oh, it was cute. Work full-time? Pay for everything yourself and get free CV experience. Posted by user McEngine. The Eurovision Song Festival, which will be hosted in Rotterdam in 2020, has opened up applications for delegation host. But the $1 Million Festival doesn't want to invest in its volunteers and tries to find volunteers who 1. Are full-time available between the 1st and 18th of May 2020. 2. Can take care of traveling to and from Rotterdam between these days. 3. Know everything about Rotterdam and the surroundings, restaurants, public transport, etc. And 4. Can take care of their own stay in Rotterdam between aforementioned dates, without any compensation or without paying for anything. Talk about a multi-million-dollar profiting organization being ChoosingBeggars. So here's the ad right here. Apply to be a delegation host in Rotterdam. The organization of the Eurovision Song Contest is looking for volunteers who will accompany the participating delegations during their stay in Rotterdam. What do we expect from you? You are proactive, communicative, practically set up, and you would like to guide and assist delegations during the period that they are in the Netherlands. You speak good English in addition to Dutch, and it is an advantage if you also speak another foreign language from one of the participating companies. You are available full-time between 1st and 18th of May, 2020. You can take care of your journey to and from Rotterdam during the event to arrange a stay yourself. Travel and subsistence expenses are not reimbursed. You are familiar with the city of Rotterdam and surroundings. You know what the city has to offer in the field of public transport, going out, restaurants, culture, etc. You're over 20 years old. You don't have a 9-to-5 mentality. You agree to the agreement for volunteers. What do you get for it? A unique experience to experience the Eurovision Song Contest up close. You'll meet a lot of new people and make new international contacts. A unique work experience on your CV. That is fucked, my dudes. They want them to work full time for a whole week. That's 7 days. So 7 days they want you to be available all day, every day for nothing. So you have to spend money. You have to spend your time and money. What is this CV? Please tell me. Well, I want to know, like, work experience on your CV. Is that like some kind of visa or something? But like, what is this? Is this for real? Like, oh no. I'm baffled. Like, this is a large company that is just trying to take advantage of people. They want them to, there's all these stipulations. You have to know at least 2 languages. You have to know everything, like how to find everything, public transport, going out, restaurants, culture, all that shit. And they expect you to be at their whim that whole time. What the? Like at some point, it stops being volunteer work. I'm sorry. Volunteer work is like, it doesn't take up 3/4 of your life. You know, like, no. I mean, some depends, I guess. If you're a missionary, I guess it takes up all your life. Mostly, I don't know. I don't really. That could be an ignorant statement too. I don't know. Please educate me. But, like, it's just not right. You can't call it volunteer work and demand all of these skills and expect them to be working for you full fucking time. That's just wrong. That's just so wrong. And this makes me angry. God. Yeah, let's just move on to the next story. My entitled friend and I had a fight over donkey milk. Posted by user Maria Dedic. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I wish it was a joke, but sadly it is not. Just for some context, donkey milk is very expensive where I come from $30 to $60 per liter, depending on who you buy it from. It is usually used when someone has a serious disease and serves to help mostly with respiratory diseases. My entitled friend, whom I will call F from now on, texted me one day to ask me if I could help her with finding donkey milk to buy since my family lives in a village. Also, that she knows that it could cost up to $60, but that she has no problem with it, that she has to try. I say no problem and ask my family. My dad knows a man who sells it for approximately $40 per liter, so I pass the info back to her. The conversation goes as follows. F. Okay, but does he sell half a liter or 2 times 2 DCL? Because I just want to try to see if it helps. She has a bad cough, by the way. Nothing too serious, just a bit irritating. Me. Well, not sure about 2 by 2 DCL, but I'm sure they'll sell half liter. If you want to buy, we can meet at college and I will bring you the milk next weekend. F. Great, but can you bring it sooner? Next week is too far away. Me. No, sorry. I have exams this week and lots of studying to do. F. Oh. Will your mom or dad come to town till weekend so they can bring it with them? She knows my mom and dad are divorced and that my dad doesn't own a driver's license. Me. No, sorry. My mom's and dad's side don't talk very much. F. Well, can the guy deliver it to me? Me. Even if they can, it wouldn't be free. It's a poor village. F. But anyone who sells that kind of stuff knows people aren't calling them from a whim, but have a serious problem. If they were a kind person, they would deliver. Me. Well, you're a pharmacist. Would you deliver medicine for free to people you don't know just because they're sick? F. I don't know why you're being so bitchy. Would you like it if a doctor gives you a lecture if you are sick? Me. I'm sorry if I came across as bitchy. It's not my intention. To be frank, yes, I would like it, because the doctor went to who knows how many years of college to know when I'm doing something out of line. F. Well, sincerely, I didn't even ask for your opinion. I just wanted to ask for the milk, not be given a lecture while I'm sick. After that, I wanted her to apologize for her behavior while she went on a tangent of how she is not going to apologize for her opinion, and that my opinion was sensitive for the subject in hand. She kept making these salty remarks like, I see you don't want to help me anymore. And in the end, her apology was as stated. I'm sorry, not everyone in your life sugar talks with you. In the end, I sent her the number, told her to mention my name and ask for milk, after which I deleted her from my life. TLDR, EF wants free delivery of donkey milk, gets angry after she can't get it. I think this was kind of petty-ish, because she was offering to pay for it. She didn't say anything about not paying the guy to deliver it, so I don't know how much of a choosing beggar situation this is, but the girl does sound like just kind of like an entitled person. Not OP, the person that wants the donkey milk. And speaking of donkey milk, has anybody tried donkey milk? Because, I mean, I love cow milk. I'll drink a glass of milk like every day. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm like the only person I know in my life who will just drink milk for the love of drinking milk. My sister likes to drink out of those little like creamers that you get at the restaurants. And if I'm out of milk and I'm really thirsty, I will drink some creamer too. I won't even lie. I just love dairy. I don't give me the cheese, the cottage cheese. Oh, I love cottage cheese, especially. My dad makes the best lasagna, and he puts cottage cheese in it. It's so good. Love it so much. Anyway, okay, that's enough cheese talk. I think I'll just sit here and start drooling all over my microphone if I don't shut up. So let's move on to the next story. Carpool Cheapskate, posted by user Rage_Bunny. Somehow, still ripped about this, so posting it here for catharsis. Last year, someone who works at the company I do, Choosing Beggar, moved to the same town as me, about 40 minutes drive away from work, on a good day. In rush hour, traffic, it's more like an hour one way. I didn't know Choosing Beggar had moved. We're not friendly and have barely spoken in the almost 5 years I've worked at this place. It's a decent-sized company, so we literally never encounter each other at work. Not sure how Choosing Beggar knew I lived there too. I'm very private. Anyway, Choosing Beggar comes to me one day a few months ago being friendly as fuck to bait me into a conversation, and then proceeds to start spinning a whole yarn about the public transit options and cost. It's $200 for the 1-month pass with zones to get to the workplace from our town and no direct route. And somehow, knowing that I drive in, asks if we can carpool. I hate this idea, but I'm trying not to be a dick, so I say we can give it a go. Choosing Beggars says they will look at their finances and let me know about a reasonable contribution for carpool. Cool. I'll save a chunk on the money I was spending. This makes the carpool thing easier to swallow. Since Choosing Beggars' other option was to shell out $200 for transit, I figure they'll offer me something like 125 to 150, so they still make a decent amount of savings. But clearly appreciate the value they get not paying for all of this shit by themselves. For reference, parking is $200 a month. Gas is $100 a month. Car maintenance probably works out at $600 a year. I drive an inexpensive compact car, so that's just one major service and one basic because of the distance I rack up commuting. So we call that $50 a month. So I'm at $350 a month on the cost of getting to and from work. This is something I let Choosing Beggar know. Choosing Beggar is higher up on the company than I am, makes more money than me for their role. We give Carpool a go, and after a week, I bring up the topic of contribution to Choosing Beggar again. Choosing Beggar offers me an astoundingly generous $50 a month, stating that it seemed fair. Never mind the fact that this is barely half the month of gas. It doesn't even touch on the parking cost, let alone my chauffeur service, which was door to door, because I would pick up / drop off Choosing Beggar at their house instead of having them come to me. I was never looking for Choosing Beggar to take on more than half of the obligation. Choosing Beggar would have been doing me a favor with this carpool in some regards. But $50 was a slap in the face considering everything. At no time was Choosing Beggar going to be taking a turn for driving, so we would have always been in my car, with me shouldering costs. Needless to say, I declined immediately and now continue to enjoy the solitude of commuting alone. Choosing Beggar doesn't speak to me at work either, clearly was playing friendly while it served their needs. Good, you don't need that kind of toxicity in your life anyway, it's fucked. Those are just people that use others, and I severely dislike people like that. It's like, I totally understand. Like, he should at least pay half for the gas that he consumes. At least that. That's just crazy. This is why, yeah, well, I'm lucky. The last couple jobs I've had, I've always been on like swing shifts, so you never really work with the same person at the same time all the time. So I never really carpooled with anybody, and the fact that I live like 2 cities over from my last job, so nobody really lived in my city except for one other person at my work, and he was always in the morning, I was always on nights, so I never really had to do the whole carpool thing, so I'm kind of happy for that, because I do like my quiet time sometimes. And my rides to and from work, I would just plug my phone into my car's stereo, and I would listen to my other favorite YouTuber stories. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, he lucked out in the end, because he didn't have to keep doing it. So, and he also... It's like those customers that say, I'll never come back here again. This is like the same thing. It's like, sweet, so I don't have to deal with you anymore. You can give me the silent treatment all you want. Poor hospital service. Hosted by user claps_cheeks. A coworker had a massive heart attack, was admitted to the hospital. She needed to be sedated for a procedure. Prior to being sedated, she gave strict directions for no visitors, and for only a select few nurses and doctors to work on her, which is her right. She remained sedated for a few days, and when she woke up, the nonsense started. She learned that none of her coworkers and family came to see her, and that her care and recovery was taking longer than usual because she had limited who could work with her. All because she gave strict orders to limit who came to her room. Now she is throwing a fit, saying that nobody cares about her, and she wants to sue the hospital for malpractice. She fails to remember that she signed documents restricting all visitors, including family and coworkers, and she chose to only allow a few nurses and doctors to care for her. Edit. When I said she fails to remember signing the documents, I was being sarcastic. She remembers signing the documents. Hope this is the correct sub. Well, I don't know. I think this is more of an entitled bitch, maybe, because she's not, I mean, if this is in the States, then more than likely she is paying for her health care. She's not begging for anything, but she's kind of a Karen, definitely. She doesn't want to admit she's wrong, and she's just gonna push the blame on everyone else. So, yeah, I think this is more of an entitled bitch or an entitled people story, for sure. Oh my god. Crazy mom blames my company for her son's ruined Christmas. Posted by user Canadian Duke 1980. Yo, what's up, my dude? Fellow Canuck in the house. What? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. I'm a plumber. I have employees. Last year, I did a routing service at a home in a town that is about a 1-hour drive from my city. The bill was $400, taxes included, for travel and labor, and that price had been agreed to prior. Customer was super happy. Last week, same customer called, wanted same service. I sent one of my employees to do it. Customer asked if it would be around the same price as last time, and I said yes. I had increased our prices slightly, in part to pay for raises for the guys, and the bill came to $413 this time. Customer refuses to pay the extra $13, then demands a discount on the remaining $400 invoice. Her reasoning being that it's a 45-minute drive if you speed. She only wants to pay $270. My employee finally gets $400 from her and doesn't worry about the $13. Customer then goes on to all 3 social media platforms, Yellow Pages, Facebook, and Google+, to leave a negative review for my company. Keep in mind that she actually didn't pay the $13 increase from the last time. Here's what she wrote. A horrible company. They charged me $130 more today than the last time. A lie. And notice the multiple of times 10? For the exact same work they did last year. Never using them again. Response from me. Hello, readers. I'm not addressing customer name here, but rather those of you who are wondering how a company with a 4.9 Google rating has a 1-star review. Customer name received a bill that was $13 higher than last year, a result of our prices going up in order to provide raises for staff and account for higher fuel prices. Customer name didn't even pay the extra $13, and that's $13, not $130. Customer then went on Facebook and wrote the following. I hope the owner of the company is happy. Because of him, I had to pay $130 more than he said. Wow, not true at all. And now I can't afford Christmas. My 9-year-old son was going to receive books for Christmas. Now he'll have nothing. He'll be set back in his education because of this $130 in unfair billing, because he'll have nothing to read. I hope you're happy, because my son is going to be crying on Christmas morning because of you. I didn't even bother responding to that. Pretty sure that potential customers will recognize that I had a crazy customer on my hands. The sad thing is that this kind of thing happens fairly regularly. This is just the first time that somebody decided to go online and lie about what happened. TLDR, customer was charged $13 more on a $400 service call than what she paid last time. She demands a $130 discount, then lies on the online business rating about what happened and blames me personally for ruining her child's education and Christmas. Edit. The customer's dad called me to complain. He told me that they are going to tell all of their friends never to use my company. I used one of my favorite lines on him. If your friends are anything like you guys, then you'd be doing me a favor by telling them not to call me. That is right, my dude. So, Mr. Fellow Canadian, so I'm not sure what a routing service is. I'm guessing it's something to do with, I don't know. What is it? What does it do? Routing service. Okay, Let me find out what this is. I'm pretty sure it has something to, yeah, because he's a plumber. It's something to do with plumbing. Is that like clearing out the pipes or something like that? Like, is it like snaking a drain? Let me know, because there's a lot of Google searches right now, like a lot of Google search results, and I just don't have time to go through all of them. So, no, it's not root removal. Does it have to do with like roots growing through the drains, like tree roots or something? I don't know. Tell me. I want to know what it is. Anyway, because if it's like like unclogging drains, my dude, I'm an awesome customer. What's your business? Because I got some drains that need to be declogged, I think. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna get into the last story of the day. And this one was posted 3 months ago. Yep, 3 months ago. So let's get into that one. 8,000 upvotes. This one is called "Woman Feels Entitled to Free Ice Cream When She Sees a Young Girl Get Free Ice Cream." Posted by user HXMZXI. I run an ice cream truck on the side to earn cash. Normally park in tourist hotspots during peak hours. Today, a young girl ran up to my truck and told her mother that she wanted an ice cream. The mother told her no, as she didn't have any money. The girl was really cute and seemed really excited, so I offered the mom a free ice cream as a spur-of-the-moment thing. Girl was happy, mom was happy, I was happy, they were happy. After they left, a bogan woman quickly walked up to my truck and said she saw I was giving away ice cream and asked for 3 hundreds and thousands chocolate ice creams. Hundreds and thousands are a topping for her kids. I told her I wasn't giving away ice cream, and it was just a one-off. Oh, she was very annoyed at this, as she thought it was unfair that her children were being denied free ice cream when I just gave some to that Asian brat, as she put it. Okay, up until now I am obviously NTA, but I must admit that last comment, along with her entitled attitude, angered me. So I yelled out to a family sitting on the grass if they wanted free ice cream. The kids ran over excitedly, and the parents thanked me. Mrs. Bogan is really worked up now and calling me names. Repeated the act to a family, parents, and 2 kids walking past, and gave them each a freebie. At this point, she stormed off infuriated, and I felt a little happy at how mad I'd made her. It's like petty revenge too. I love this story. I can't believe I've never seen this story before. This is so good. The only thing I would have done that was extra, I would look at the child and be like, see, maybe now your mommy will learn that you cannot be rude to others. Or something like that. I don't know. Like, don't be a racist bitch, maybe. I wouldn't say that to a kid. But, like, something along those lines to kind of just drive it right to her heart a little more. But yeah, this is great. I love this story. I would have done the same thing, I think. So good. Oh my god, which one was your favorite story out of all these? Let me know in the comments. Let me know any choosing beggar instances you've come across. Send me those stories. Email them. Like, redditfairy@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram. I got all my social media stuffs in the description there. So if you want to send me your stories, you don't have a Reddit account, there's like 4 different ways you guys can send me your stories, and I will happily read them, because I don't have a whole lot to do right now, so reading is kind of my thing. So yeah, so that is the last story of the day, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and make sure you are hitting that bell notification. Otherwise, YouTube just won't show you my videos, and that's a tragedy. It really is, because where else can you go to hear a mid-30s-year-old woman complain about her life and read stories? Like, everywhere? Oh my god, Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this video. Yeah, my dudes. I feel like an idiot right now. I'm gonna put some little like end screen pop-ups around the outro there, so if you want to check out any of my other videos, you could just click on those little thumbnails that pop up, and it's really convenient and everything. But all right, my dudes, you guys have a fan-fucking-tabulous day, and I will see you in the next episode.